Like a new bit of Superman. Fam, I was delighted with the news today. Whoa. You see, last year, it was interesting. Oh, and by the way, I'm seeing where I posted up. No. I didn't say don't sign Sanders. My God, that's not what I said. I said add the speedster. We're going to lose Goodwin. I'll get into it now. All right, do it. Oh, my God. How much is that of a downgrade from Sanders? No. Nobody said anything about removing Sanders. I want him to sign Sanders. But we don't have a speedster. Woo! God, I got to go back and rewrite some things. Okay. Anyway, the Niners most likely won't be doing much shopping next month, as you know. We ain't got any money. So the Bears have just released Taylor Gabriel as a cap casualty. I said, whoa. He ain't going to be expensive. He ain't going to be dirt cheap, but he ain't going to be expensive. I mean, whatever. He is available. Case is probably finished if you take the news vibe seriously. And you know what? The writing on Case has been kind of on the wall for a long time. I love Keith, man. You know what? I'm the guy who used to defend him all the time. People come and hating on Keith. Wait a minute, man. Let me tell you one thing. I'd be all over that, but doesn't look good. Anyway, Coach Shanahan is most likely excited about adding Gabriel, who is a reliable plug and play. Ain't got to teach him nothing. And because Shanahan needs that to maximize his offense. That's just the bottom line. You can't have guys hugging the field down low. And fortunately, we had such a great running game, it did help them dudes hugging the field down low. But if you got the speedster, okay, now you could really screw a team's defense up. Because what Shanahan likes to do requires some space to move in. Enter Taylor Gabriel. Just in time. We'll see what happens, though. But the Bears are set to release both Gabriel and quarterback Prince Amakamura. Didn't we have him? And that's according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. Didn't we have somebody named Prince? Was it? No, it can't be him. Amakamura is somebody else. Anyway, anybody interested in Prince Amakamura? I'm kidding. Fam, with the receiving corps that is still being established going into the 2020 season, Gabriel is the kind of free agent the 49ers can target in a year where they have some holes to fill and not a full vault of cash, as you already know. We're trying to hold on enough money to re-sign some players we got. Everybody knows that. Gabriel played only 9 games last season while dealing with injuries, but prior to that, had put together a few productive years in the NFL. He got his start at the pros as an undrafted free agent with the Browns in 2014 when Coach Kyle Shanahan was the OC. Gabriel had a strong rookie campaign in Shanahan's offense with 36 catches for 621 yards and 1 TD. His 17.3 yards per reception was the highest mark of his career at the time. What's interesting is that he didn't see that same success in 2015, the year Shanahan left Cleveland to become the Falcons' OC. Gabriel caught 28 balls for 241 yards and no touchdowns in 13 games. A huge fall-off from the year before. But this is only part of the story that makes Gabriel so much sense for Shanahan. And if you didn't know, get a load of this fact. TG revitalized his career the following season by reuniting with Shanahan when the Falcons claimed Gabriel off of waivers from Cleveland in 2016. Most likely, Shanahan said, "Bring me Taylor Gabriel, and let's get to work." 35 catches for 579 yards and a career-high 6 TDs. That was the 7th most productive offense in NFL history. Gabriel was part of it. The following year, Shanahan leaves and joined us in San Francisco. Gabriel's production again falls off when separated from Shanahan. Through TG's first 4 seasons, he had 71 catches for 1,200 yards and 7 touchdowns in 2 years with Shanahan, and 61 catches for 619 yards and 1 TD without him. That's a huge gap, ain't it? You see where I'm going here? TG is Kyle Shanahan's dude, fam, period. That's his man. The Bears signed Gabriel in 2018 to a 4-year deal worth $28 million. Matt Nagy, head coach Matt Nagy, he actually got some good production out of Gabriel, though, in their first season together. Now, his offense may be, and Gabriel's one of those guys that fits into certain offenses, and others he doesn't, apparently. Gabriel's career high was 67 receptions and 688 yards. Was special for the role he played on that team, right? Injuries last season limited him to just 29 catches for 353 yards, but he did score 4 TDs in 9 games. The Bears may wish they could keep him, so he's not being thrown into the trash and being recovered by anybody by any stretch of the imagination. Chicago's only working with about $18 million in cap space and pretty much in the same bin as we are, but I don't know how they're going to manipulate their roster to gain more funds to work with. But according to, they've got $18 million in cap space, and according to Over the Cap, and releasing Gabriel saved the Bears about $4.5 million in cap space. He was due $6.5 million this season, which is in range where the 49ers might be able to afford to add a productive receiver to their roster, assuming he commands that same type of deal on the open market. It's true of what is being said about Keese. If it's true, the 49ers can clear some of that space. If they do really release him, Marquise, it'll be a savings of about $3.6 million. TC offers a speed element that stretches defenses vertically, but he's also shifty enough to create space in the short and intermediate areas of the passing game. Remember that Super Bowl? Oh, who's that guy? You know, the hero in the Super Bowl for the Patriots. Man, I tell you what, I rolled that back a few times. Dude was trying to cover Taylor. That was the worst ankle break I'd seen at the time, going up to that particular time. Oh, that was a move. Bam. Oh! It's one of those moments, right? And Gabriel's gone. So he'd work. As I mentioned earlier, you already know by now, the 49ers badly need an additional speed element in the receiving core. It makes a difference, and Goodwin's last 2 seasons haven't been consistent. I have to rely on him for a significant role in the passing game. Gabriel's history in Shanahan's offense is just stellar, and his strong 2018 season provide optimism that he can step in right away and make the 49ers receiving core once again maximize. Shanahan can now get that magic working that we may have not seen enough of the last few weeks of the season. This is why people got on my case, this is why I always said we need Marquise Goodwin. I'm sorry. You need to understand Shanahan's offense to realize whatever Marquise says, he don't catch the ball, that's really bad. But what he does is he terrorizes defenses, and they don't stand there and wait for him to go deep downfield. They go with him. They'd better, because if he gets a step on you, it's over. Of course, we know that for some reason, he started dropping the ball. Again, we know he has a lot of things going on in his personal life. Maybe, I guess you connect it all. Focus, concentration can be hindered, and of course, we saw some really dramatic and painful drops that could have made a lot of difference in some games. But, so, anyway, Gabriel's he'll fit that role fine. 49ers won't have a ton of cash to go out and spend in the free agency, as you know, but smaller, prudent moves to tweak the roster are necessary, and Gabriel certainly fits that mode. So I'm on the please. If you're not going to bring Marquise back, Lord have mercy. If Taylor Gabriel, with all that experience, is available, he's not that old. Good grief, it's a no-brainer. Listen, let me reiterate. If you just joined in, I did not say a word about getting rid of Emmanuel Sanders and have Gabriel replace him. No. I want both of them on the field at the same time, as I did with Gabriel. I mean, I wanted Marquise to be on the field at the same time. I couldn't wait. I said, Keese on the field with Kittle and Sanders. Okay, now we got it. That Keese is going to open that field up. Now you got two guys who can work underneath like magic. And oh my God, you get Sanders, Sanders, Debo, Kittle, Taylor tearing them dudes up down the field with them hollering and screaming, trying to keep up. 18, 18, 18, who's got 18? You know, now it's a different ball game. So I really do want this to happen. We'll see what happens, though, because, last year I didn't know who knew Tevin Coleman was going to be available all of a sudden, and the 49ers jumped on that real quick. Shanahan didn't even wait. He said, man, I don't know if Jerry McKinnon's getting better or not. TC's why I run it back. I'm taking it right now. He does everything I wanted Jerry McKinnon to do. So anyway, man, I got excited when I read that. People are still trying to say, let me repeat, I did not say anything about dropping Sanders to sign Gabriel. I want them both. That's how it works. I want them both. God. Wait. Oh, Stevie.
Hey, Ronbo.
Stevie, you can hear from me, fam. All pumped up, man. Sure. I got all crazy as soon as I see them say, Bears getting rid of what? No! But what are you feeling, Stevie? Am I off track here? What's up?
I mean, that would be a good pickup, but that means we have to either let go, because what's his name is a free agent as well, a restricted free agent, Kendrick Bourne. So you have to make decisions. You want to keep Kendrick Bourne, and you got, remember we got Trent Taylor coming back. We still got Jalen Hurd as well. But I understand the speed aspect.
The thing is, Kendrick's what do we call it? He's a restricted free agent of the, what is it? Anyway, he's in that category where the 49ers already got him paid no matter what. Mm-hmm. So Kendrick is not one of the guys that's in the mix for, can we keep Kendrick and get this? Can we keep Kendrick and get this? Now, he's not even in that book. He's in with those other guys. Matty B, same thing.
True.
I understand.
I think Gabriel would not get me mad. I'll be happy. We do, like you said, we do need a speed aspect of it. Because maybe Marquise catches that in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. See,
I ain't gonna bring that up.
Good point. But you know what, though? That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
If it's Marquise or Taylor Gabriel, that's a touchdown. Damn it, if Marquise makes the catch. Oh.
True. Oh, no. I feel like he'll make that catch. But Jimmy still got to throw the ball better. But that's besides the point. We're not going to get back on the pass. We got revenge till 2020. Yes. Rumble, I got a little situation I could talk to you about.
Go ahead.
So, about the half. So you know how everybody keeps saying we need to get Delpit?
Yeah.
Grant Delpit. So here's my thing. We still have Tavares Moore, who we drafted in the third round. So they're not going to waste another third round pick just to pick up another safety. Now Delpit is one of the better safeties coming out in this draft, which I understand. But
yes.
Chris Moore had more interceptions than Jimmy Ward this year, by the way. And he dropped some too as well. Yeah. Now, here's what I would do if I was a personal GM of that. I would still sign Ward to a 2-year deal because
if he'll take
Moore, if he'll take it. And get the buyout option after the first year. Mm-hmm. So Moore can develop in 2 more years. So that means when Jimmy Ward's contract is up, you got more.
Tavares.
You just pay. You don't have to pay more than House. Yeah, you don't have to pay more than House either because he didn't do as much because you had Jimmy Ward still starting. But he could be a capable backup to replace him. Then we had same thing with Kwasi Tartt. He has 2 more years left on his contract. So both contracts will end in 2022. And then that means you got Marcel Harris, who, if he could get the coverage aspect down, he'll be a good replacement for Tartt. Because it's a big drop-off between the two. But if he could get the coverage aspect of it down, because he still only has 2 more years left, and that, you got that aspect. And then our O-linemen, they said we need more interior help.
Go ahead.
Bronskill stepped in Mike Person, and we didn't even know it. At least I didn't know it at first. Right. I didn't know Person was out for the game.
When he was out, when they said he was on the game, I didn't know. You're right. I didn't notice because Person was dragging.
That. Right. And so now you put Bronskill in there, who's actually surprisingly been a good pickup for us. You get him in there. Would it solve everything? I'm not too sure, but he's more than enough capable of doing so. So now you go in the draft, the one needy thing that we need the most, cornerback. So we could focus on that as much. But I would like us to trade back to accumulate more picks. But still, if it's like a jaw-dropping corner that just somehow just followed us at 31, we could get him right there, or we could just trade back and get
Stevie,
another
I'd love to
corner
know.
to develop
I'd
as
love to
well.
know, Stevie, who would you pick up in 31 at 31 if you're going to cornerbacks?
Oh, Damon Arnett. That's my guy, brother.
Yeah.
That's my brother. But I feel like he might not be at 31. But I mean, he'd be available at 31. But if we trade back, I still feel like he'll be available in the second round. But yeah, he's a very, very good corner. What's our cornerback coach that we had before?
Woods.
Joe Woods. I forgot.
Oh, you mean
before Joe Woods?
Halflick.
Halflick.
Yeah.
So because Damon Arnett goes to Ohio State, and Halflick's defense coordinator at Ohio State. They run the same exact defense as us. So therefore, coming into the system, he will already have a heads up of what's going on just because he's already been playing it at Ohio State. And Ohio State has been producing good corners for the last couple of years. You got Akuda that's coming out this year that's going to be a top 5 pick. You got Marshall Lattimore that came out, Eli Apple. Who else? They got a whole bunch of them that came out, and that's a good product over there. So it's not like LSU.
You left out Denzel Ward, I think. Didn't Denzel Ward go to?
Yeah, there we go. I was trying to get it out of there, but Damon played with all of them. All of them were on the upper side of Damon, so he had more than enough experience. So he can come in with camp and compete because I feel like Emmanuel Mosley is still going to be our starter on the opposite side. Sherman's still going to be there, but we still have to develop somebody on the opposite side of Emmanuel Mosley.
True, because Sherman's got about one more, possibly 2, but most likely about one more year of real production. Yeah. And you're right. Stevie,
exactly.
Good stuff. You know what, Stevie? We got to go, but it's that time of year, Stevie. Well, I probably need to talk to you. I was gonna wait until right after the combine to see what's on the Stevie mind. He's fun to talk to when it comes to making their picks.
All right. I'll be waiting on the room.
All right, Stevie. Talk to you later, fam.
All right.
Oh, God. Okay, so I'm seeing, I'm getting a note to please password, do not spam, please. Is that, hey, what's up? Yeah, let's not do that. All right, I'm going to start taking them out. Hey, what's up? Let's not do that, okay? So let me get on. It's Dollar Bill Will.
All right, 1 second. Hey, Ronbo, come back to me. Come back to me.
All right, can do. Because Will's a good daddy. He's probably got little ones probably doing things. Hey, Dre, come on in here, Dre.
Hey, what's going on?
Dre, I know. I'm glad you called because you're the kind of guy that always puts me in my place when I've gone too far. Now, Dre, I'm all excited tonight. As soon as I seen the tweet that said Taylor Gabriel was being cut loose, I said, oh! I said, if they refuse to re-sign Keys, there's the dude, Kyle. You ain't got to teach him nothing. Just get him in here. But Dre, am I on the right track? Or what's up?
Fortunately not, Ronbo. Taylor Gabriel is the fast shifty guy, but he's only 5'8". I just feel like Jimmy would try to fit it into windows and let him get so short, man. It would just cost him. I don't think he's that. I don't think he would be that guy.
But who do you use to stretch the field? I mean, I would be using him as a role player. I'm not talking about running him through the middle and running him through patterns where Jimmy got to sift through windows. I'm looking
Emmanuel
deep
Sanders
downfield.
Is out of here. If Emmanuel Sanders, he only ran a 4.4. Not like he's a super speedster. He ran a 4.4.
Who? Gabriel?
Sanders.
Whoa. Gabriel?
Yeah.
4.25. Yeah, 4.2. Check it again. Taylor Gabriel.
I looked up his 40 time and it told me a 4.4 flat.
He's just a step behind Keys. Check it again. I knew that last year.
Yeah,
he runs a 4.2.
I'm looking at it right now.
You're looking at it right now?
Gabriel ran a 4.40 40-yard dash at his college pro day in 2014 per NFL Draft Scout.
What?
That's what I'm looking at.
Wait a minute. Unless there's something wrong with my Google, Gabriel runs a 4.4? When?
That's what it says. Bro,
Well,
yeah,
that would
NBC
just take my
Sports.
whole theory away.
Yeah, NBC Sports.
No,
But then
Taylor
on
Gabriel.
ESPN,
It says right here, 9 of the top 10 fastest players list a 40-yard dash at 4.27. Taylor Gabriel, 10 fastest NFL players. Okay, we
all right,
got two
well,
different Googles, I guess. I got
yeah, because
clearly.
when I type in Taylor Gabriel 40 times, like
Yeah.
at the very top of the screen is him. You know, it's him in the picture with his Bears jersey on, and that's what it says right on the top. But when you scroll down and it says ranking the NFL fastest players, track time, 10 to, and then it says Taylor Gabriel 4.27.
Yeah,
So
that's. I
NBC,
think he looks faster
Sports,
than a 4.4. I got to go with
yeah,
4.27.
because the NBC Sports, the Chicago Bears NBC Sports page says 4.40, and then
All right.
when you scroll down on ESPN in 2007, it says 4.27. So I mean, shit.
Anyway, when I first saw this
That's a
a
fact.
couple of years ago, I said, you know what? I said, Marquise does a 4.25. Gabriel does a 4.27. I said, good Lord. I said, you know what? I like having Keith, but Gabriel runs a split couple of I'll take him. So anyway, I still think he can take the top off the defense.
I think he can too, man. I'm just worried about that size, and I mean with Trent Taylor and
Them are slot people. Slot people.
Yeah, I'm just saying, we already have a lot of small compacted guys. Debo Samuels, Richie James, Trent Taylor's coming back. You know what I mean? So I mean, there's a lot of
Okay,
fast, shifty
here's what I'm
guys,
picturing.
but
I got
just don't
Jalen
know
Hurd
if
on
he
one
has-
side. I got Debo on the other side. I got Taylor in the slot. On certain downs, I got Gabriel on the field. I got the defense saying, oh, hell, don't hug that boy. Back up. Give him a step. That's what I see. Now,
Yeah.
Kittle,
I mean,
Debo,
the
we're
only
that
reason
middle out.
only reason I said no to Taylor Gabriel is because if we don't sign E-Man, there's another guy, Robbie Anderson, who is actually about 6 foot and
Can he run?
4.2, 4.3 also. Robbie
He runs a
Anderson
4
fast
what?
as hell, bro.
4.3?
I think he runs like a 4.3, a low 4.3, and he's like
All right.
6 foot.
All right, because I
He has a lot
got
of
to
height on
have
him,
somebody
so-
to make them dudes get back. Y'all standing too close to the line of scrimmage. Get back.
You don't know who Robbie Anderson is? Who's been playing for the Jets for the last couple of years? The boy
I'm
got
not-
blazers. You ain't never seen him play?
I'm
You
going to do
ain't
it
see
now.
what he did to the Chicago. You ain't see what he did to the Cowgirls last year with that 92-yard touchdown?
I got to go back and watch that game. I was laughing so hard,
Oh,
I forgot to
man,
watch
yeah.
the game.
The boy got-
I did not see how they whooped him.
The boy got. Oh man, the boy got blazers.
Wait a minute,
He
wait.
got some height
I
on
just
him.
realized. I do realize who Anderson is.
Yeah,
Was he
man,
always
boy
with the
got
Jets?
blazers. Yeah, he got drafted by them.
Okay.
He got drafted by them, and he's a free agent this year. So.
All right.
Yeah, man. So I mean, and I only say that because of the body type. Robbie Anderson has more of a Kendrick Bourne body type, except he's a world faster than Kendrick Bourne. Good hands.
Okay.
Good with the route tree. Takes the top off the defense.
I need that. I need
Takes
that
the top
badly.
off the defense.
Yeah. I need somebody. Get
man.
them dudes some
You know,
safeties.
that-
Stop hugging that box. Get your butt back. So,
Yeah.
all right.
So that's the only reason I said no to
Taylor.
Taylor Gabriel is because
All right.
Robbie Anderson is available. He has better size. He's 6'3" actually. So he's about the same as Kendrick, except his 40 time is ridiculous. He averaged 15 yards per reception. You know what I mean?
right.
So I mean he's a guy. He ran a 4.34. I'm looking up right now.
Okay.
He ran a 4.
Anybody
4.34.
running less than 4.4, I'm all for it. Drake,
And he's 6'3". Come on now.
yeah, it's the thing. I tell you, this is the thing. He's got to be trained. Gabriel hits the ground running. He knows all of Kyle's stuff. Anyway, we'll see because they got to have
Phil,
speed.
You have a point right there too. You have a point, bro. You have a point. Taylor Gabriel does know this system. You're right. You're right. You're right. I might have to rock with you on that one. You're right.
All right.
You're right. Robbie would have
Did
to
I-
learn this.
Look at this.
Right.
You tell you, All right. We'll see,
Right.
though, because you could be right.
Uh,
They may think Anderson's younger, man.
yeah.
He may be less money. I don't know. We'll see. Drew, we got to
Yeah.
roll. I tell you what.
All
Let
right,
me,
Ronbo.
all right.
Yeah.
I see you Monday Night Raw. All right.
All right, man. Shout out to the TNT fan, man. Y'all know who you are, man. Hey, man, get excited. The NFL Combine is next week. We got some
Ooh.
work to do.
Yes. Yes, yes,
We got some
yes.
work to do. All right,
All right,
Ronbo,
fam.
bro.
Have a good night.
All right, fam. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the combine. See, you know bad about we can't even shop the combine this year. We can't even get excited because we don't even know when we get picks. JC 3771. Thanks, fam. It says the season will get here quicker than we think. We fell short and we have to start over, but we're battle tested and hungry. It's still bang, bang. I know, right? So at least this season going into this season, though, the 49ers, there's not a need for a whole lot of training. They can train, they can play fast and do all the things that they need to do. But I don't want to see any classes being held. We got a new defensive backs coach, which is worrying me. But we'll see what happens with that. Hey, is Dollar Bill Will? Is he ready?
Ronbo, what's up, man?
Man, you know, I'm telling you, man, I got all excited when I seen Taylor Gabriel because I knew he's coming to San Francisco. Of course, the Anderson dude, I don't know, coming out of, if he's big and fast, I'm sure that's definitely a plus. Only Taylor Gabriel does know Kyle Shanahan stuff. The playbook ain't gonna be a big deal for him. But Will, where you at on this, man? I'm telling you right now, I can't be brought down. People, Dre almost brought me down, but I said, I'm not. I gotta have Taylor Gabriel. Will, where you at on this?
Man, I would sign him in a heartbeat, man, because he know the system. I would bring him in, draft a wide receiver, and send Pettis and Goodwin ass out.
Ooh, I
Let
forgot
two
about
go and bring
drafting.
two in.
Yeah.
That's what I would do, man. Because I still don't I don't give a damn about Pettis anymore. I don't. I didn't gave up on him.
He didn't meet everybody, man.
Goodwin for damn sure. So I would bring Taylor Gabriel in. He knows the system. He's fast. And then just get a receiver out the draft, and let Goodwin and Pettis walk. You know, keep Richard James and keep Sanders too. Find a way to keep Sanders.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. If you don't go get Gabriel unless you can keep Sanders. Basically, what I'm saying. You know, but if you can keep Sanders and you got a little extra change, see if Gabriel will take it. And now, got that speed, dude. That's what you need. Well, we'll see.
And you know Kyle's system with the receivers. You can play Kyle coaches the receivers to play slot and outside. So that's his offense. You got to learn how to play outside and slot. That's Kyle's offense. So yeah, man, bring him in. It makes all the sense in the world. I mean, you probably could get him for cheap. I mean, I could be wrong.
You don't have to pay any more than $6. Maximum you pay Taylor is $6. Because, see, Will, I've already got the bunch formation. I got Taylor Gabriel. I've got Sanders and Debo standing next to him. I got George Kittle standing. Oh, I'm talking about screwing a defense up. Oh, my goodness. Where you going, safety? You look out. You better go deep, baby. There, in the middle, there's Juice Check is wide open. The defense ran out of defenders. There he goes.
Tell you, it would scare a whole lot of defenses, and it'll leave more people wide open. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is just hypothetical talk. You know, we don't know. Kyle may not get them. You know, but I mean, to me, it makes sense. It make all the sense in the world. You can plug in and play. You know, get them used to the offense again. You know, catch them. You know, catch them up with it. But yeah,
he's had his best years with Kyle, and that's why I said for some reason that's just one of them natural phenomenons. Gabriel and Kyle go together like peanut butter and jelly, chitlins and hot sauce, cornbread and pig ear, boy.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man. Like John and Kyle know what they're doing, man. You know, they gonna do well again. They gonna have a good draft. They're gonna do good in free agency. You know, we may not make no big splashes in free agency, but you know, I trust them, man. They kept their promise, man. They turned this around in a short time span, and they proved it. We got to the Super Bowl. We overachieved. Everybody thought we were gonna be 8-8, 10-6, and we went all the way to the Super Bowl. So the window is open for us right now. So, but yeah, man, I'm waiting on March. I'm kind of curious. It's like our Christmas, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to see what are the gifts we're gonna bring to the organization. But I mean, I'm ready, man. Like I said, man, I really don't see nobody messing with us, man. Again, I really don't. The Saints, Drew Brees coming back for one more year, so again, that's gonna probably be our biggest threat. But
I don't know for what.
Yeah, but you know how it goes. Everybody gonna pick the Saints again, you know. So
They already do. They're 12-1 odds. Anyway, you know what the funny thing is? The 49ers, I think, are 8 or 5. I forget which number it is. Kansas City, of course, is the top dog to be going back. But the 49ers are in the top 10 as far as teams going back to the Super Bowl. So, you know, we'll see.
Yeah, I really see it going back, man. I'm trying to speak it into existence. So, you know, I'm trying to.
That's what you do.
You know, I'm a faith. You know, we all faithful, so we got to keep
indeed.
the faith that they're going back. So, I believe we're going back, man. I really do. Kyle gonna come back with a vengeance. You know, everybody got on his ass about another Super Bowl. You know, that comeback Super Bowl crap. Yeah, so. Man, we got core players back, so man, we out. That revenge tour gonna be something serious. I'm telling you right now. Folks need to be aware. We all know that every team is gonna target us, but hey, we got some bullets for you. So you try it if you want. We're gonna lay you out on that pavement. So.
They tried that. I think they tried that midway through last season, but they gave up because they knew that frontline defensive rush was just ridiculous. Ain't no point you try to hurt the 49ers. You got to deal with that frontline defense. After that, you try to deal with them. And they couldn't. It's all about health.
Good, man.
All right.
Right,
well,
right.
I'll see you Monday Night Raw after that combine. Let's see what happens there and see if there's anything to talk about. All right?
All right, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo, man. Shout out to my
man.
TNT fam, man. My player partner Dre, Trey Trez, Big Short, Russo, Shay Lewis, man. Shout out to the Ronbo Sports Fan Club, Rico, Jersey Joe, all them guys, man. Hey, Super Bowl 55, Tampa Bay, Florida. 49ers versus to be announced. All right, Ronbo.
I love that TBN. All right, fam. I'll see you next week.
All right.
Yeah. Tell you, man, if I find out Taylor Gabriel's coming, oh no, Kyle, man, I saw that coming. Woo! Hey, Phil. Phil. Well, Phil.
So you're both right. You're both right.
About what? Oh, Taylor Gabriel's
so Taylor
40
Gabriel
time?
ran a 4.4. He ran a 4.4 in his pro day, but in an NFL fastest players competition, he ran a 4.27, of which he was in 9th place.
Gabriel might be like...
Marquise won the competition, and Tyreek Hill took second. And then you go down Ted Gidd Jr., Deshaun Jackson, John Ross, Brandon Cooks.
See,
but, they're all
those guys. You got to respect the speed. All of them. You know, because Taylor Gabriel's probably like Jerry Rice. You know how Jerry didn't have a lot of speed until people were after him?
He's fast. Yeah. He can take the top off. But the question is, he was making $14 million with Chicago last year.
Well, wasn't his original contract 18? By the way, Phil, if you get released, doesn't he renegotiate an entire new contract?
Yes, but is he willing to come down? See, the thing is, Chicago they only got $2 million in cap savings by cutting him, which tells me that they probably tried to, if he would, probably tried to renegotiate his contract.
Yeah, good point.
So,
and he said no can do.
No can do. So I don't think he can keep both Taylor Gabriel and Sanders. It's just not going to work out.
Yeah, and you know what? I wouldn't take Taylor Gabriel if I can't keep Sanders. I wouldn't do that though.
Why?
Well, because now I'm
here's
almost
my
back
point. Is Sanders?
Well, wait a minute.
Sanders is a good route runner, but he doesn't have top end speed anymore, and he's getting old.
Yeah.
And number two, you've already got Debo that runs underneath routes.
That's true. That's true. Give me some more.
And, you need someone that can just take the top off. I'm so much in favor of somebody with speed on the other side of Debo.
Gotta have it.
To clear out those zones.
That's right. And that helps George Kittle, too.
Exactly. And I just don't think Emmanuel's the guy that can do that. He's a good guy in the locker room, great guy. He's a good guy for pass, running routes, but he just doesn't have the top end speed anymore since his Achilles.
Phil, you're making too much sense. You're scaring me. You're scaring me because Kyle and John are having this discussion. You know that, don't you?
Well, I know.
Gabriel's going to be cheaper.
The other question is, I don't think they have any faith in Marquise.
No, they can't trust him anymore.
Balls.
Yeah, they can't trust him. After 2 years, not only dropping balls, but a lot of personal issues just really get in the way in his life that he can't really focus all the time. Something else is most likely going to happen next year, if it's even not the Olympics coming up. He's training for that.
And anybody that can run a 4.4 or
less
better is going to be able to take the top off. I mean, that's those. I mean, you look at DK Metcalf; he ran a 4.3 last year in the combine. So, those guys are really fast.
Yeah, and as I say, that's how you maximize Kyle Shanahan's offense. You gotta spread that field out.
Speed kills. But if we do go with Taylor Gabriel or someone like that, a top-end free agent, then you don't need to draft a wide receiver, and you go corner probably.
Well, and we still have the Dante situation.
Well,
I'm thinking I got to get somebody in there to see if I can get rid of him.
Here's the problem with Dante Pettis. You can't really cut him.
I know.
Because his cap number is the same as the salary. So it's basically, if you cut him, you're just basically giving up on him, and you get nothing for him.
Well, Phil,
I would prefer to try to trade him if you could.
Well, there's that option, Phil. But I'm thinking I need to get somebody in there that wants to work. If Dante doesn't feel like working or just laying around and being cute on the sideline, I need to get a ball player in there. And I can get rid of Dante at the end of his contract, and I bring this kid in. Oh, go ahead.
The other thing, Ronbo, you need to think about is you're keeping only 5, maybe 6 wide receivers at most.
Yeah, the math.
So you got to start counting with your fingers with all these names. And, you got Trent Taylor, you got Debo, you got Bird, you've got all those guys, and you start getting up to 4 or 5 wide receivers.
Yeah, I can't afford to get that many. You're right. 6 is the maxed out amount of receivers you can keep.
Right. So think about that too. I mean, So anyway, we'll see. It's going to be interesting. I don't know what's going to happen with John Lynch, but hope him and Kyle can get to improve the team because everybody else is going to try to improve.
And they're going to be adjusting their team trying to beat the Niners because we are the Predators. Texas boy, I see you guys in there. Y'all ain't the Predators. You guys are the meat. You guys are the prey. Phil, I'll tell you what, I'm going to see you Monday night after we see the combine. I want to see what's going on there, okay? Thanks, Phil.
All right, Ronbo. Take care.
Phil.
Bye.
God, people running around here, Hawks fans. You guys need to know something. You're the team that's reaching for the ring, the donut, the carrot. It says on the carrot, 4 9ers. You guys are below our shoes. You're subservient. You're part of the slaves of the empire. Hey, James.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
Oh, man. Anything I can, as soon as I wake up, I go check out, see what's up, And I see Taylor. The Bears can't afford to keep him, although Phil just poured some water on me by saying, the Bears might have not been able to keep him because they tried to restructure his contract. He said, hell no. I realize that may be true. We may not be able to afford him either, but I like the idea of him being out there. We'll see. But what are you thinking, James? Is that a good idea? Do you like that, or you want to go another direction?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I think that guy is going to be pricey, man. I mean, because didn't they bring him in, or they were communicating with him
Wait,
last,
who did you say?
before he went to the Taylor Gabriel.
Oh,
Before he went, I think when he went from Cleveland, I believe it was to the Bears, they tried to talk to him, Kyle
did
and
they?
John.
I'm
not sure. I thought he had been in to probably, audition or whatever, and I don't know, but I just know, the other caller, Phil, he did say something that, really carried a lot of weight. This guy, Chicago couldn't meet, didn't have the money to pay him, basically. So when they had an opportunity to try to basically say, let's trade him, they held on to him, and they don't have the money to pay him. They got all those other people they got to pay that, is more important to the team than just a receiver. And with that being said,
they got plenty of speed over there anyway, I guess. And maybe Gabriel did not need that kind of thing, but Kyle does. And I'm so worried that he needs one guy that can take them fools back out of that zone. Get out of there, fella. Y'all don't get out of there, you're gonna get smoked. I need that threat. But
I know that's an ultimate thing in his offense, to have that receiver that can take the speed off the top of the defense. And basically that means when you got a receiver that fast, that basically you got to double team. You got to keep a safety over the top, because he can blow right by a receiver. Yeah. But here's another thing that I think maybe on Kyle and John's mind. Look at the production that we seen in Jalen Hurd in the preseason. Mm-hmm. Now, just per se, if Emmanuel Sanders does walk for some reason, and I mean, I'd like to see him remain a 49er, but it could be pricey with him too. But I will say this much:
he's going to cost more than Taylor Gabriel. Yeah.
If we're putting George Kittle and Jalen Hurd on the field at the same time, you got to double cover both of those guys. Because from what I've seen in Jalen Hurd in the preseason,
true,
a cornerback one-on-one or a linebacker or a safety one-on-one could not stop this guy.
I know. That shot
and
in the end zone was pretty.
multiple times that they threw the, I mean, he was blowing my mind when I seen him on the field and how efficient he was and how physical he was. Mm-hmm. Now, even though we might not have that taking the top of the defensive speed receiver on the team right now, but with George Kittle, Debo, and Jalen Hurd on the field, that could be scary for defenses, man.
Yeah.
That could be extremely scary, because you cannot, I think they're starting to get it, that you cannot really leave Debo Samuels one-on-one. You know you won't do that with George Kittle.
Yeah.
You will not do that with George Kittle. And then this other guy, Hurd, that just comes out of nowhere. I mean, bringing as much physicality as George Kittle, and maybe even more than Debo brings. How do you stop that with a secondary?
But James, remember, Hurd was doing that against them sorry weak sisters over in Dallas. I hope he can do that against everybody.
Yeah, of course. Of course. This is what I'm saying. To see him healthy, putting him, Kittle, and Debo on the field at the same time, and then have like maybe Trent Taylor going in the slot as well, man, defenses will be back there sitting, saying to themselves, hey, man, what are we basically going to do? Because both of these guys are on the field, 17 and 85, as well as 19. They're on the field.
So what are we going to do? Versus speed. Yeah, I like that. And you know what? You got to budget these numbers. The 49ers can only have 6 receivers. So, you can overstock here. I got carried away.
You can pretty much believe at this point, I mean, I think the Marquise Goodwin and the Dante Pettis episode is over. I do believe they will hold on to Dante and try to get a trade partner for him, because you can't just let him walk without and still pay him.
And he's got a rookie contract. You can get something for that. Exactly.
Yeah. So with that being said, I really do think that they are believing and saying, we went to the Super Bowl. We didn't have this taking the top of the defense receiver on our roster that could do that we could play in a big game like that. But how about if we match up ultimate physicality against a defensive secondary?
That's an
We
option.
could pretty much wipe out. We could pretty much wipe out a defense with just Kittle and Debo. Now you add Jalen Hurd into the mix. Man, listen, that could be scary, bro. That could be absolutely phenomenally scary.
I have to agree. James, we got to pull up.
These guys are physical.
That's what everybody on that field is now when they're all healthy.
Yes, sir, man. I'll tell you, that'll really be something to see, and I hope we do get a chance to see it. And
we'll see. Right.
We gotta. It's like the other caller said too, and I know you gotta go. No,
we definitely gotta go
to be in the Super Bowl. Yeah, man. But have a great evening. Thanks for what you do for me, and I'm rolling on with it. Honor Empire, honor for life.
Thanks,
yes,
James.
Sir. Have a good evening.
See you after that combine. Have a good night. Oh, God, man. Gotta have. Hey, Carlos. Hey, Dion.
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
Dion, I tell you, as I said, I'm all pumped up about the Taylor Gabriel walking around, but people have brought some perspective to this, and I've had to calm down here a little bit. I'm talking numbers. We can't keep at 6, Ronbo. So then you can add all that other receivers, but you're going to run out of people here that you want to keep. And also, Taylor Gabriel, is he 4.27 or is he 4.4? Everybody said, don't worry, 4.4 is good enough, but I like that 4.3 breaking. That means the defense now has got the game plan. I got him taking the top off. I got George Kittle, the forever consistent threat. I got now established Debo Samuels. Y'all don't want to guard him. He's going to kill you. There's just so many things. Leon, what's up?
You sound super hype and super happy about all this. I can't knock you for your general excitement about Taylor Gabriel. The plus to him, he already knows the system, so you don't have to teach him anything. He just comes in and the step. The only thing is he has to get the chemistry along with Jimmy G if they were to bring him. Now, to me, does it make sense to bring him in at a reasonable price? Yeah. Something that doesn't stop anything else. I feel like our key off-season, things should be on re-signing Eric Armstead, making sure that Rico and George get paid. And I'm going to say we're going to have to cut a few players and at the same time restructure contracts. And I've been thinking about it hard. There's enough people in the draft. If we trade back, we need to just go ahead and let Jimmy Ward walk. We got to let him walk, man. Let him go over there.
Because you got Tavares Moore. It's like Dre was saying earlier, you could let Tavares go ahead and have that spot, and you want to bring in a safety, not necessarily be in the first round. Well, yeah, okay.
I've been looking at film of this dude, Grant Delpit, however you pronounce his name.
I know, right?
I'm not impressed.
What?
I'm not impressed.
Really? You know what? I've only heard about him. I've not watched him yet because I've got around. You're not impressed, D. How come?
I'm not impressed, and plus he's got a bad injury history, and I'm tired of John Lynch with all his love for these damn injury-prone players. I don't have time for it. If you haven't been on the field producing for the last couple of years, there's no reason for you to come to this team. I don't need a dude that's going to wind up on the damn sidelines, and then we're going to have hope for next year. I don't have time for that.
No more hope for next year, please.
The other thing I will say is I'm not going to jump on the Jalen Hurd train until I see the man on the field and I see that he's fully recovered from his back injury. The reason that I'm not jumping on that train is because I'm not going to get my hopes up for a player who possibly, has an injury that he cannot come back from. I can understand that type of injury. When you hurt your back, it's something, beyond any regular injury. But, as far as bringing in Taylor Gabriel, if he comes in at the right price, perfect. You can get him in there, but the thing is, we got to trade Dante just to get him off the books to be able to. We probably
Dante,
get like a 6
I know he hears all
or a
this noise.
7.
Yeah.
You know, all we got to do is just advertise. Nice guy who lives city.
The question though, I'm just curious. What do you think a team will give you in return for Dante Pettis?
I'm going to tell you right now, we're probably going to get at least a 6th to 7th round pick, and maybe a 5th. And I'm just being honest because he hasn't done enough. They will give you the reason you get at a max a 5th round pick is because they saw what he did his rookie season, where he looked like a rookie and then he grew into a person. I think he had about 6 or 7 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken, in his rookie season, but he had promise. And then just that second year, man, he just came in and, you know, basically Debo'd him for his spot. You know, he rolled in on the beach cruiser. He looked across the receiving corps, and he wound up looking at Dante, and he walked up, and, you know, Dante was sitting on the sideline.
I'm going to take your job, punk. That's my job.
But pretty much, he rolled up on him. He was like, he just looked at him, and he was, you know, and basically Dante sitting on the sidelines. He's sitting on the sidelines like Smokey. He going, you know, Debo be telling me, you know, sit on the sidelines and don't play. But when he leaves, I'll be on the practice field again. Like, that's how he's doing. Debo's own father literally said that. We gave him the nickname because when he was a kid, when we would take him places, if he wanted to play with stuff, he would just take your stuff. He didn't ask.
And that's what he's doing now.
That's what he's doing. Out there taking, man, he's snatching souls when he runs. I mean, you know, you ain't never seen nobody play like that. They call him a wing back because basically he plays like he's a wide receiver, but he runs like a running back. And he does because he loves content. You seen some of the blocks? You seen that pick block he set for Raheem Mostert? I mean, come on, man. Debo ain't no chump out there.
No.
So
when he comes around the corner on that jet sweep, that's got to be painful because he's already got momentum going and he's already hard. So, you know,
the only thing you can do is get out of the way because if you try to tackle him, good luck because I'm going to watch you go backwards and fall on your butt and he's going to keep running.
And he's got moves, D. That's what I like. But that move he put on the Hawks, I'll never forget.
We went to Seattle. We never that sideline move in Seattle. That was nasty. He did it, and they was like, "Oh, he was out of bounds." No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Hey, we gotta go.
Sideline, baby.
Let me see you after the combine on Monday night, fam.
Yes, sir. Hey, you have a good evening. Appreciate the platform, brother.
Thanks,
and have a good evening. We will be back on Monday.
Yes, we do. Be looking for you too, D. Have a good night, fam. Oh God. And as the assignment is, we got to see. But you know, Monday night, I think, what is it, offensive lineman on Monday night? I'm not sure what they do. They usually start with the, not the highlights of the combine. They usually start with the, but maybe we see some offensive linemen. It's hard to tell in the combine what an offensive lineman is worth, though. That's not what they do. They're not Olympians. Carlos! This just in.
Man, you know how many times I hear that a day? Justin. Damn.
There's no name short. You can't shorten up the name Justin. Can't call you Just or Tin. You know, you gotta call you Justin. So you know.
So I'm Hispanic. I'm Hispanic, and my name is Justus and Justino.
Did you say Justus?
Too. So it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justus or Justino. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
so you can
really
tell people that's your
name.
name.
My name.
Yeah. Justino. You can't abuse Justino or Justino. So there you go. You might want to change that.
I'm thinking about getting that legally changed at this point. Anyway, so I'm gonna. So I heard the call before. They were talking about Taylor Gabriel.
Yeah, that was me screaming.
Yeah. Dang. You know, and I did hear I did see your tweet about Manny Sanders. And at first, I thought you were dropping the man. So I was like, wait a minute.
No,
I'm gonna let him explain. I was like, let me stop and let for him to go on today. explain this quick because I knew there's another meaning.
Yeah, I want them both. I just know one can make the other. I wanted Goodwin and Sanders on the field last year, and I never could get that dream to come true. Damn it.
No.
So
Taylor Gabriel went to Alabama Christian University. He holds the record right there from 2010 to 2013 for 26 touchdowns and 295 yards receiving yards. So I'm just saying everybody thinks he's going to be a slot receiver. I'm just saying he's not going to be a slot receiver, my man. That's Trent Taylor's job right there.
Yeah.
So
you can put him in there for certain plays, but he's not going to run a slot route. Yeah, no, Taylor's in there to ruin people who think, all right, guys, move in. Now, all y'all go ahead and move in. Stay right there. All right, and now we got him. See?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course, and I think that a lot of people are nervous about, but the thing is, he was paid $5 million with Chicago his last year, or that they cut him before. So I think he's money safe. I think we could sign him to like a 3-year, $7 million deal, or like a whatever, like good. He's a good like money deal. It's not too expensive. He's not too expensive.
No. He's not going to clear $7 million. Not per season. You don't have to pay him $7 million. You can give Taylor 6, maybe 5, give him some incentives. He's not expensive, but he gets that job done. Get that secondary back.
And I've seen a couple comments saying that Sanders can like walk. The thing is, I don't want him to walk because
that's not what I'm asking.
To be honest, wide receiver core was kind of lacking leadership in this a little bit. For the first four games, we barely saw a receiver come out of this group. We're like, hey, he's okay, because Goodwin got hurt like in week 4, I think, and then that was it. And then Goodwin came back the middle of the season. Everybody knows that, and he was injured reserve, whatever. So we were looking for Kendrick. Kendrick kind of came out of his element this year. I'll give him props, and I have my doubts about him. He proved me wrong. So Emmanuel Sanders led that receiver core where he set the tone for what the receiver core should be. So we need to bring him back for at least 2 more years or 3.
And for just like you stated, just for all those reasons, you need Emmanuel Sanders is more than just a receiver. Ain't nobody talking about getting rid of him. If I had to pick between Emmanuel Sanders, if I had to pick between Emmanuel Sanders and Tyreek Hill, but Taylor Gabriel, I'm taking Sanders. God, here he comes. He's scary.
And a lot of so I was a proponent of trading Solomon Thomas, but now I'm thinking about it now.
What?
We have to keep a defensive tackle. We have to keep him a defensive tackle. I feel like that's where he's best at. I feel like he's not a good edge rush on the edge. He's good on the inside where he's playing on the inside. I feel like that's the best where he'd be best at. I'm imagining Kentavious Street being back as well. He's going to be back. Anthony Zettel, we might bring him back. So you have to keep this defensive lineman intact. You have to keep this defensive lineman intact a little for the 49ers least, because this defense was tenacious last year, and they're going to be even better this year, even better for next year.
Justin, I got to tell you, though, you could get some pushback on Solomon T. I understand what you're saying, but there's a lot of guys. I got Ronnie Blair coming back. I don't need Solomon T. Boy, he better show something this year.
I can address that as well.
Wait a minute. Solomon.
I can address. Right. Hold on. Let me address it. Can I address it first? Let me address it.
I had to get the vomit out of my mouth. I'm sorry. I guess I couldn't talk earlier.
I am trying to address it. I'm not saying he should start. I'm saying he's a good like, if someone needs a breather, he's a good peacemaker where someone could put him in there for like a play and he could like sub him up. He's a good where he's not a starter, but he's a good backup, and he can like make plays and set the tone for defense, where you don't have to worry about him not correcting him, good on third downs or
Ronbo. That's
what I'm saying.
That is just an absolute.
Justin, if you were in arbitration with him arguing his case, he wouldn't get no money. With that argument you just put up, I would throw you and Solomon out of my office. That was awful.
Ronbo, This is unacceptable. You know, it's so unacceptable that Justin, I can't even allow you to finish. I'm sorry, bro.
Cut Justin off. Oh my God, that's terrible.
Solomon. Hey man, we got it for one more year. We got to accept him. That's all I'm saying. We got it for one more year.
What kind of package? What kind of trade? What kind of deal can we throw Solomon?
What team was going to accept him around? What team is going to accept him? What team is going to accept him?
I'd get a 5th round pick.
The Miami Dolphins.
I believe I'd get a 5th round pick.
He's good as a defensive tackle. That's all I'm saying. He's good as a defensive tackle. He's good as a defensive tackle. That's all I'm saying.
If we could be serious for a moment. If we could be serious, because
Justin, your time's up and your case is inarbitrary. We're going to think about it, okay? Justin, have a good night. My Lord, that's it for Justin.
Yeah.
Okay.
All I'm saying is, accept him. He's on the team for one more year. We still gotta love him. That's all I'm going to say. Bye.
Oh, God.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, Justin. Man, Trey, will you go ahead and jump on that? And then also, Trey, talk to me. Speak to the issue of Taylor Gabriel.
I don't usually do this anymore. Justin asked for me to come in on his call, but then he mentioned Solomon Thomas. So all of the props, all of the love, all of the shout-outs, he was doing so good.
I can't. Solomon and Dante worry me. If I could package them up, now that we're in the Super Bowl window, we don't have time for people to get ready.
We got a couple of guys that, my partner says you get 3 years. Last year I wanted him gone, but people was like, no, let him get one more. Let him get one more. And he didn't do it.
I was with them. I wanted to see if he's still going to be that way. He's still that way.
Let's get down to the business at hand, Ronbo.
All right.
Finally. And I do mean finally, I get to share another moment with you on the same wavelength. Shout out to my TNT brothers. But let's take a look at this Taylor Gabriel thing. Nobody's saying, Ronbo's not saying that Taylor Gabriel is better than Sanders.
No.
But Sanders is going to be expensive. Anderson is going to be expensive. Taylor Gabriel is going to cut us a discount because he's been with Shanahan. Now, if you think about it, in Shanahan's system, Taylor Gabriel, he excels in his system. He's not just a slot guy, but he can be a slot guy. If you think about Richie James in that Buccaneers game, that slot play he ran to go deep, that's Taylor Gabriel. Those are things that Trent Taylor can't do. Trent Taylor's not taking the top off from the slot.
And you know how long Trent Taylor's going to last. Trent may come in for 3 plays.
Exactly.
What?
Trent? Talking about Ronbo. People want to get rid of Jerick McKinnon because he's been on IR for 2 years. Well, so has Trent Taylor.
Yeah,
so what are we doing with that? What are we doing with that? What are we doing with that? We just glossing that over?
Poor Trent.
It's my back. It's my knee. It's my leg. My head. Anyways, what I'm saying is that 5'7" doesn't matter when you have blazing speed. Ask Tyreek Hill. He's 5'8". He's 5'8". So, we're tossing hairs. But let's get on to something else, Ronbo. At 31, and I want to talk to you, my brother, about this. We got to have a corner, a safety, or trade back. Would you agree?
Yes, because Richard – is that Richard you talk about 31? He's 31 now? I thought he's 32.
It's not just Richard being 31. It's uncertainty about Akello. It's Mosley blowing the Super Bowl.
Emmanuel, what were you doing?
I'm not going to throw him out. I'm not going to throw him out with the bathwater, but we do need injuries happen. Like, guys, wake up and smell the coffee. Injuries happen. If something happened to Sherm, we had in a deficit. So get a safety if Jimmy leaves. I'm good with Delpit. I like Delpit for this reason and this reason alone. He finds the ball. Sacks, forced fumbles, interceptions. Look at his tape last year. This year he was hurt. I'll be honest with you, which is why he's not going to go top 10. He's going to go to 31. That's what happens when you get an injured player, but that doesn't mean he's not a player. So,
Trey,
do you have a prospect?
How come Dion says he's not impressed? I'm not. I got to go watch film on this guy. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to him.
I'll say this. No, this year he played hurt. I'll give you that. But last year he won the Thorpe Award. He was the best defensive back in the country as a sophomore. You don't just win that. They were first-round picks that he was better than. He would have been a top 10 pick last year if he could have came out as a sophomore. Had a injury-riddled bad season, so people say. Still looked good to me. Still played better than Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward hasn't had an interception, guys, since Barack Obama was your president. I mean, literally. And it's an election year. It's an election year, Ronbo. I'm going to get up out of here. It's an election year. That's 4 years. What are we fretting over?
Maybe that's a secret.
What are we losing out on? South Tacos?
But that's not fair. He does a lot of other things. I agree.
I know
he's not the best of ball hawks, but still.
He's best though. He's not a ball. He is a ball. Oh gosh, I'm gonna leave that one alone. We'll talk about that on Raw. Let me holler at you.
Good.
Thank you, Rombo.
Hey,
shout out to you.
Shout
out to Justin because he did let me. He told me to come in on his call, but as soon as he mentioned
we ran him out.
I know, right? Shout out to you, Justin, for real, man. Shout out to my
Justin, you know it's all love. Come on now.
Yes, sir. All right, brother.
All right, Trey. Good to hear from you. Look forward to hearing from you as soon as possible too. All right, fam.
Oh yeah. All right, brother. Take care.
All right, night. Yeah, at some point, fam, during the course of the season, and normally, not like the year we had fighting about Solomon T as he came into the NFL. This, I wonder, there'll be that campaign. There'll be the Justins versus everybody else. Solomon, please, you and Dante get together and drink some tough juice or something. I don't know what it is. No, Solomon T's not lacking tough. He's got Nick Bosa's over there teaching him technique. Fam, at this level, people shouldn't be teaching you technique. Especially a rookie it's not a good look. Hey, Shaleo.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Shaleo, I'm all pumped up. I've been brought back down to earth. The facts are that I like Taylor Gabriel, and I surely wish we could have him. But then somebody says, okay, you can have that, but you can't have this. No! Your mom always says, okay, we'll do this, but we're not going to do this. What? You want to go to Disneyland? Forget about Six Flags. No. Okay, wait. Let me think about this. It's like that. So if you get Taylor, you might have to lose Emmanuel Sanders. But meanwhile, Shaleo, what's up with you?
Oh, what's up is, how about them cowgirls? How about them Seacocks? How about them traitor Raider Joes and the broke-ass lambs?
Texas boy, I was hoping he'd let you know how we feel about your team. Texas boy there running all kind of game on the chat. Boy, the boy is he's just relentless, ruthless. Ooh,
we have to play him this year, Rumbo.
I know, right? I can't wait. And Shaleo, you'd be proud of me today. A Rams fan, I've been beating him up so hard on Twitter. Dude said, hey, Ronbo, man, why you want to pick on the Rams daily?
you can't pick on them. They have no future. They're going to be crap for a long time. They should sell like half of their stadium. They're about to be broke.
Sell the team. Because, I mean, really, how are you going to play Jalen Ramsey?
They could get half of a stadium,
I mean, really, Because who's going to be another half a stadium? The Chargers? Shaleo, are you in Southern California? Where are you
at? They're going to have to share. Chargers
because,
and the Lambs?
Yeah, because they don't have, the Chargers and the Rams in a $1 billion facility? It's going to be Raider fans and 49er fans in there most of the time. Just to see, only 49er fans are going to dominate the place when we play them. And who else do they like down there? Probably the Cowboys, everybody but their fans.
But their fans, right. But no, Rumbo, let's talk about 49er football.
Yes, and Taylor Gabriel.
If KB leaves, maybe. If we do not pull a number on him that he would like, maybe we could bring in Taylor Gabriel.
KB.
But I ultimately see a replacement.
KB's going for
a replacement of Goodwin.
But he's going to be going for a minimum contract. KB's not in the mix. It's these other guys that get 5, 6, 7 million and 10 and
I think he's going to be a replacement of Goodwin. Goodwin or Pettis. I see Goodwin because he's he's a little slot receiver, and he worked really well with Kyle in Atlanta.
So. Yes, and Cleveland. His best years have been
Cleveland.
with Shanahan. Yeah.
So we'll see. He's a Kyle guy, like Tevin Coleman.
Right.
Tevin Coleman was a Kyle guy. So yeah, I'd like to see the mix match what he'd like to do with the receivers. But I want to get rid of Solomon Thomas. Oh my gosh, embarrassment! Include him in a pick with C.J. Beathard. Put Dante in there. Some box of chocolates, popcorn, a soda.
We're so cold. We're talking about people's lives here. Chanel, here's the thing. Last year,
I'm seeing in the Atlanta game. This guy's like Solomon Thomas is like trying to give the O-line a hug or something.
Oh.
Like break free, man. Come on, man.
That's his
You're not gonna give him a
problem.
hug.
He can't win one-on-one matchups. Well, he can't from the interior. He's not awful, but still, Solomon, we should see your name more often.
Yeah, we could already say he's a bust. And man, Dante Pettis, when he was on the field, you would see him with Goodwin. But when you have your binoculars on, he's on the ground playing with his cats. With like pink hair, green. I don't know what's going on. Like when you take out the binoculars, it's like, oh, it's with his teammates. But you put on the binoculars, what are you doing?
If I'm Dante, I'm also posting up videos. But Dante says, screw you guys, probably. But I'm saying, because he's thinking about us talking about him. If I'm Dante, I'm posting up videos of me in the gym. I'm standing in the mirror flexing,
Right,
Let everybody know I got some dog in me. Come on, guys, quit picking on me. But I'm not seeing that, and I don't think he cares. That's what worries me about him.
He doesn't have any dog in him. It's because we were bad in 2018, and he thinks that it's going to be like that every year. No, it's not going to be like that. We're San Francisco 49ers.
That's right.
We're not going to be that bad.
Yeah.
No way. If you want to act like that, go to another team or go take pictures of lions.
Too big. Those are too big of cats. You got to get a smaller one.
Oh, yeah, small cats. Kitty cats.
I don't know. I don't want to pick on Dante. I feel bad about him because he's got all kind of skill. Shalil, there must be a trade we can do with that. We've got to unload people that just, you got to make that call right now because we're in the Super Bowl window. You got to make that call right now.
You know what,
Ronbo?
Ronbo?
You can't wait for prospects.
Ronbo, in the draft, best player available. Best player available, like we did with Nick Bosa. He was the best player available. We need to go out and get the guy. Either we get, in my opinion, we either get Delpit or Jeff Gladney.
Gladney, yeah.
One of those two.
Yeah, everybody, I've heard a lot about Gladney.
If we get Gladney at corner, that'd be great. If Jimmy Ward is trying to leave, then we go for Delpit or that guy from Alabama. So,
because Tavares Moore is going to start. I don't, like Trey mentioned, I don't want a rookie standing behind
I like
Sherman.
Moore too, but there's a lot of speculation that he's more into development right now. He's developing as a free safety. So
yeah, but this is his third year developing.
But if he's ready, Ronbo, play him. Play him, and we could get somebody else.
He learned a lot last year. All those youngsters learned a lot last year because we went late into the season.
Hey, he had a pick in the Super Bowl.
See,
he was going on the ground. I think he might be ready.
Yeah, he might be. Shalil, we got to go. I didn't realize we're having too much fun here. We're out of time. I'll see you Monday.
Thank you for the platform, Ronbo.
It's my pleasure, fam.
See you Monday. Shout out to the Niner Empire.
Looking forward to it.
Good night.
Night. And then of course is Justino. Hey, we can't call him just in anymore. Host. He says, I still appreciate you, Trey. See, it's all love, fam. You know what? Off season, it's all love. There's going to be disagreements. Between now and draft night, there's going to be hundreds of disagreements, especially when we hear about some of the options the 49ers are going to take, because you know how that stuff always leaks out. Or the general managers start putting stuff out there. Because last year it was already determined at the Combine that it was going to be Nick Bosa. But again, they started acting like, well, we're looking at Williams, and we're looking at Allen, and we're looking at some other people. So we're going to see what we're going to do with Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa didn't come. They didn't even take a look at Nick Bosa until late. That's your key. Whoever they look at last or act like they're not concerned with, that's the guy. Oh, hey, John V. John, are you listening, watching, man? I meant to say thank you for that. You contributed at the end of the show last time. We were already off the air. I saw John V's donation pop in. I said, oh, John, thanks, John. And looking at the list of 100 free agents, John says, honestly, there isn't much to tip your hat. So I just don't see us tossing the checkbook. Boy, if there's one receiver that's completely out of the picture, and it's not just my personal opinion, it's A.J. Green. For the money AJ's talking about, even if the 49ers did want him, they can't do it. They'd have to cut like God knows how many people. And let's face it, Green, he may give you 5 or 6 games if you're lucky. If you're lucky, ain't nobody going that. And what else? I missed the end of John's. He had a few things to say at the end. AJ Green's at AJ Green's head. So we have to sign E-Man. Yeah, if I have to go between E-Man and AJ Green, I'm going E-Man because Hey, John. John's on the phone. Hey, John.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Yeah. Hey, John. I'm sitting here, man. I'm thinking. I like Taylor Gabriel. And then I saw some people talk about A.J. Green in the chat saying, guys, A.J. Green has played how many games in the last couple of years? A.J.'s going to talk, listen, I need at least $16 to $17 million a year. I also need my rent paid for any accommodations I may have. I'll give you my food bill at the end of the month. Hey, AJ. Before you go any further, let's end this conversation and say thank you very much for coming in. And don't call us. We'll call you. Why? Right. No.
That dude cannot stay healthy, Ronbo. I mean, he gets these weird injuries. The wind blows, he tips over, he pulled a groin. He's weird. I'm not comfortable. I was never comfortable with Green as an option, so I'm kind of,
he takes himself out for the whole season. He can't be out for a game or two. AJ's done for the rest of the year. No, that's not good.
However, I do know about the Bears offense. I have a best friend that is a diehard Browns fan. I followed the Bears. The Bears, and I've seen Gabriel. I've seen him, and I like him. I mean, I think he's an excellent fit if we can keep the pieces around him. Hell yeah, I agree with you. We could stretch the field. We could utilize him, but we still have Trent Taylor, who I want to see come back and kill it. I'd love to see if we're going to get anything out of, what's his name, Jalen Hurd.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
John, don't do yourself for Dante.
Yeah, Dante. Dante's that dude's a poster boy of shit gone wrong. I don't know. I don't know. I have reserved feelings for that guy because I believe that all the controversy and all the negativity should drive this dude to make a comeback. But I don't know, man. I mean, I could wish in one hand and shit.
I mean, John, because you're thinking like you and I would think. If people are going to talk about me like this, I'm going to see if I can do something about it. I really don't. Yes. I don't know that he cares.
Well, I mean, that's crazy, dude. I mean, you don't care, dude. Your team just made a Super Bowl run, and you were a show joke of the entire thing. You were a joke, a sideshow to your team making a Super Bowl run. I can't imagine it. If you and I think the same way and he doesn't see it that way, then, he's there to collect the paycheck. Get the hell out.
And that won't work. Yeah.
No. But I don't know. I mean,
we could be wrong.
A familiar. I could be. He could. I mean, look, did anybody assume that they would make a run? We say this every show. We weren't expecting the Niners to make a Super Bowl run.
I confess.
I mean, they surprised us all.
I said not everybody. Some people picked this, John. Remember last time this time last year?
Yeah, they did.
After the draft, a lot of people were saying 14-2, we're going to the Super Bowl. I said, I can't get. Yeah. I don't know, guy. I was a doubter.
Right.
So.
No, I agree. Me too. I'm not going to lie. I was a doubter too. I knew we'd be better than 3 victories, but I didn't think we were going to make a Super Bowl run. Yeah. I mean, the Browns were going to make a Super Bowl as soon as OBJ became a Brownie. Jesus Christ, they had those guys going to the Super Bowl and winning it.
Hey, but John, this is the thing. Our team is built. You can't, like what the Browns did and some other teams that have done down through the years, you can't put together a bunch of egos and expect to go anywhere. What does our team not have?
No.
We don't have any ego problems. There's no divas on that roster.
Agreed.
That's what wins.
I love it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Stephon Diggs fits that bill. I mean, even if we could land that dude, I don't know that his personality meshes with the rest of the locker room. I could be wrong, but I don't want a whiny dude. I mean, wasn't Breida starting that shit? Wasn't Breida whining a bit on the sideline?
He didn't show it in his face. He looked like he was. I never saw none of those guys, even Dante. I never saw those guys look like angry or anything. They all seemed plugged in. So I don't remember Matty B. I didn't know why he was being put in the game anymore. I think he wanted to play, but you didn't see him look angry or anything.
What the hell happened to him? What happened to that?
Fumbles.
After week 8, week 9, after week 8, I don't think I saw him. Yeah, fumbles.
He got hurt, thinking they let him rest, and then when he came back, he fumbled, and then he fumbled. I think he fumbled more than once in a row, and I think Kyle, you know how Kyle is about that. Listen, I can't have you making crazy drops, and I cannot tolerate fumbles. You'll never play again.
Yeah, like Mike Davis. Remember Mike Davis?
Yeah.
Remember Mike Davis? That dude was a stud in college, and when he came to the Niners, I was excited for him. He couldn't hold on to the damn ball.
I mean, he set a record. He's got minus yardage for his time while he was at the team. Yes. He's one of the worst of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow they taught him how to hold on to the ball in Seattle. Strange.
That's crazy because they could take a guy off the street corner and teach him how to hold on to the damn ball.
I got to say I'm impressed with that. I hate him.
What about
but that's
Richie
interesting.
James? What about Richie James? You have any faith in that dude?
Kyle won't let him play, and I don't know why. I think he should be used more. I thought he should have been used more often last year. But no. John, there's things going on in practice, I guess, that we don't know about, that the coaching staff is making these decisions about. I really don't know, though. So
yeah, I don't either.
Anyway.
I was interested in that guy. But anyway, all right, Ronbo. Hey, always a pleasure, my friend. I'm glad you got that. That contribution to the show. Man. Anything I can do to help.
Appreciate it, John.
Absolutely.
Really do. All right, fam.
Hey, you have a good one, Ronbo. Appreciate everything you do. Thanks.
See you Monday if you get time.
Night, brother.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Night.
Oh, absolutely. I'll be there. Thanks.
All right.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Santana.
Ronbo.
Santana. Yeah, it's like I saw Taylor Gabriel's name and I went berserk, and since then I've calmed down. I still want him on this team, but I don't want to lose certain guys. Emmanuel Sanders. Hey, Santana, you give me your 6. I got Taylor Gabriel. I got, of course, Emmanuel Sanders, Deebo Samuel. That's a must. I still like Kendrick Bourne. I'd like to have Trent Taylor and Jalen Hurd. That's my 6. What do you think?
I think that's a good 6 wide core receivers.
But you know what? I still got Richie James. I still got Dante Pettis. I don't know. You can't. I don't know if Kyle's going to carry 7 guys. My top 6 is that I just showed you. But Richie James, Dante's, these guys are still on rookie contracts. Put them on special teams. I don't know.
I wouldn't go after what's his name again?
Taylor
Gabriel.
Yeah, he might not be available anyway. Somebody might grab him for a higher money.
He's good, but he's a slot receiver, right? He'd be like fighting against Trent Taylor, right? For a spot.
Kind of, but you can put him on the edge because he's got that blinding speed. My whole point with Taylor was get that secondary. They got no respect for the front line because they know they can keep up with our receivers, right? If Gabriel streaks downfield, those guys are going to have to get on the horse or they're going to get smoked. So this is what I'm saying. We still need that element.
What is he, a 4.3, 4 guy? Or what is
guy
he?
runs a 4.27 at his best.
4.27?
Slower, yeah.
That's pretty fast. That's pretty fast, but I mean, for me, I've seen him, but I mean, you would have to give up like a Trent Taylor type of guy, which I don't think Kyle's going to do.
No, he's not.
Probably drop Richie James or something. Which I
don't know how they feel about Richie. Has he Santana? Has he earned a job with this team just to hold on to?
Richie James?
Or I don't know. Richie has his moments.
Oh yeah. his moments, but I mean, when you ask him, he's there. You know, he'll make the catch.
Yeah,
I don't
doesn't
think
like
I
to
ever
use
saw him
him.
drop a. I don't think I ever saw him drop a ball in
He makes some great catches.
Season, you know. Yeah, and I remember that game against the first game against Tampa Bay. I remember he's the one that made this big catch and ran down the sideline and got us going.
Bay?
Yeah, so
that was Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I think that was Tampa Bay.
I thought it was Cardinals.
But no, it was Tampa Bay.
Okay.
And then another thing, I like Robbie Anderson, the guy from the Jets. I've seen him play. He's quick. He's fast. He has good hands. He's tall. You know, he's like and I think he would be. I don't think he'd be too expensive for the 49ers to sign. You know, if we were to let go of Emmanuel Sanders, but I don't want to let go of Emmanuel Sanders. I think with this young receiving core, I think they need someone like Emmanuel. You know, kind of like mentor these guys how to.
He makes them look better.
Push through. You know.
Exactly.
Exactly. You know, and about Dante Pettis, man. Oh my God, I'm just done with that guy, man. I think Kyle has already gave him like 3. Man, he's a softie. I think there's a game There's a game I want to say it was against the Packers where he made this nice catch, but he got hit so hard that he let go of the ball. And I remember that was right in front of. I remember this was right in front of Kyle Shanahan's. You could tell Kyle Shanahan was like.
And
I'm done with this guy. Like,
that's why he was on the sideline ever since.
That was the last time they used him. And ever since, because it looked like he had the ball and he took the hit, but it looked like he didn't want it. You know, like he didn't want to. Like it looked like he just gave up and just threw the ball away because he got hit so hard.
The point on this team, you need to be a little bit hard because all our guys are tough. You look at all our receivers, man. Even Emmanuel Sanders, man, dude is tough. And here comes Dante.
I mean, I've seen previews of Jalen Hurd, and he's a dog, man. Like, I mean, I remember seeing him.
That's the definition of tough. Yeah.
I've seen him play in the preseason. I remember making a catch and making contact with two defenders just to make that touchdown. You know, it was just a push he made like that.
He didn't give up. He dragged them both into the end zone.
And then
Cowboys.
And then I mean, we just have the only softies I see is just Dante Pettis and Solomon Thomas. Man, what a waste of pick, man. What a waste of a pick, man. That we could have had someone better. You know, I don't know what Kyle and John Lynch saw in that.
You know the story.
I remember
the story was that we needed to get somebody to stop the run. He was John Lynch's classmate. John was taking some classes recently, and Solomon Thomas was his classmate, and they came close. And really, we're going to pick up anybody from Stanford that year. It should have been Christian McCaffrey. People laughed at me, Santana. I said, you know what? Hey, Brown, Ronbo, you can't take a running back in the first round. Yeah, but Christian McCaffrey ain't no ordinary running back. You guys are going to see. See that? I knew what I was talking about.
Man, you look at that draft class, man. We had like you said, Christian McCaffrey. You got Jamal Adams that went that year. I think Deshaun Watson went that year too. And like top elite players, man, that I believe that would have made a big difference if Lynch didn't go with his heart, you know. But I mean, it is what it is now. But it's just every time I see Solomon Thomas, it's just he can't get past any any O-line.
Offensive lineman. What's that, Tanner? You know what? Let me see you after the combine Monday evening, okay? All right, fam.
Hey, you know who I like though? You know how I like quick. If we don't real quick, if we pick a receiver first round, I mean, if I'm pretty sure all the good receivers are going to be gone, but I like Henry Ruggs.
Oh, yeah. Somebody mentioned him last week. All right. We're going to get more than that. We're going to get more than that stuff in the weeks to come after the combine.
You have a good night. And
you too.
And thank you, Ronbo.
Thanks, Santana.
Thank you for letting us voice our opinion and our thoughts of the 49ers,
Pure pleasure.
So,
all right, fam.
Appreciate you, man. You have a good night.
You
have
too.
A good one.
Yeah. Hey, let's go back and check one more time with Carlos. Hey, Carlos!
Look good.
Carlos, what did I miss, Carlos?
What's up?
Our wife is all laughing it up. What are you guys doing?
I'm just having dinner right now.
Did you cook dinner? Yeah, did you cook dinner tonight? Maybe is that what wife is laughing about?
Yeah.
Carlos!
And just having a little bit of dilly.
I knew it. Well, Carlos, I got to tell you, man, we've been, I was concerned about Taylor Gabriel, as I've been crying about we need one guy that's got a lot of speed to take the top off the defense, right? But I am not interested in losing Emmanuel Sanders like some people were saying. Hey, Ronbo, man, you get rid of Emmanuel Sanders and take Taylor Gabriel? I don't know how good a deal that is. How much of a drop-off is that? I didn't say get rid of Emmanuel Sanders, but we may not be able to afford to keep everybody. So that's too many receivers, too. Mm-hmm. But what are you thinking?
Is Taylor Gabriel from Bears?
Yeah. The Bears are getting rid of him. They can't afford to keep him anymore. Mm-hmm. For real, they say he's like a cap casualty, right? So yeah.
I guess. I mean, I like to keep Emmanuel Sanders, but I mean, if we have to let him go, then I guess they could somehow get Taylor Gabriel. Is he he's a veteran, obviously, right?
Sanders, Sanders and Gabriel. Yeah, Gabriel is too. Yeah,
Taylor.
Yeah, both of them are.
Yeah.
But if I have to make a choice between Gabriel and Sanders, I keep Sanders though, because Sanders he has an effect on our young wide receivers, so you got to keep him. Taylor Gabriel comes in and he just ruins the hopes and dreams of any defense that thinks they're going to be able to stop us by crowding closer to the line of scrimmage. Boy, I hate that. I said, what are these guys, man? They're just going to hang out and think they can outrun our receivers and things like that? Well, no, you can't outrun Taylor. So.
Heck no, man. I mean, whatever the Niners, we don't know what the heck are the Niners going to do.
I know.
To be honest. We're just going to be predicting in this, but, at the end, we're going to just reload, and we're just going to get back in the Super Bowl.
That's right.
We're just going to be consistent again, Ronbo. We're just consistent.
I know.
Just like the Patriots, we're just going to be expecting, just ready to be in the playoffs.
That's going to go on for. I feel that's going to go on for the next 4 years easily, because we got a young team, and pretty much the contracts will be workable. We just got to sign. We got a couple of next couple of years. We got some big contracts got to sign. You got to define sign DeForest Buckner, of course. George Kittle has to be paid. Eric Armstead is on this year. We're concerned about him. Everybody says you should franchise tag him and trade him. But how that would backfire? What if you franchise tag him and nobody wants to trade for him? That's a dumb plan,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, man. You can see how much to offer to Kittle. How much do you think they're going to offer him?
Oh, God. Kittle's going to get the max of tight ends. Kittle may sign. He may actually set it up as a new standard for tight ends, because tight ends are becoming more and more important. You notice that? Last 2 or 3 years for sure. Since Gronkowski started dominating, it's probably starting to go up. But he was the only guy that's getting really paid, right? But Kittle's got to have at least $10 million a year easily, if not more.
Mm-hmm. And what about Kyle Juszczyk? Is that guy?
Yeah, you know what?
Is he still like?
I think they got to re-sign him. Maybe next year. How many years? Yeah, he's probably. I don't know how long his deal was. Actually, it's a good question though.
3 years
I don't
now?
know.
Isn't he 4th year now?
This is year 4 coming up. But did he sign a 3-year deal? I don't know. Nobody said anything about him, so maybe it must be next year. Chat,
yeah, but
is Juszczyk's deal, is it up this year? Let's check and see if anybody else knows. But go ahead.
Yeah, but just for sure this season, hopefully we come back with with another good receiver. I'm kind of hoping we get someone like pretty big, like Jalen Hurts, pretty a big dude.
Huge.
Hopefully he could overcome that injury he had.
Yeah, back injury is very scary though. Those can.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard? Carlos, do you lift?
No, I don't. But I mean, I guess in my job, I guess.
Oh, okay, so same thing.
No, not nothing too
I knew
heavy,
Courtney
you
would
know?
like that. No, listen. The thing is, if you ever lifted anything and feel a twinge in the back, and all of a sudden you feel game over, you got to stop. That's it. And sometimes, like when I've done that, next day I'm okay, but for that day and the rest of the day, if that you're that little twang, it's a fast twitch muscle. But boink, it pulled. You freeze because if you move too fast, ow. See, if you're gonna play professional football, and that's a problem, that could happen anytime.
You need to be physical.
That's it. So
yeah, that's not a problem, man.
So we'll see.
Yeah, well, hopefully, Taylor Gabriel, that dude's not too big, is he?
Now Taylor's small. It's all about speed with him and quick movements. But so we'll see though, because I say he's a role player, nothing more. But we got.
I just want another big. I just want another big receiver. Just in the
they may get him.
Corps. That's all I want.
You need guys with really good coordination as a wide receiver too, though. It's very important to run routes because big guys.
Right.
You can keep up with a big guy. Most defenders can't. But if a guy that's got speed, like Debo's perfect. Speed, strength, agility.
Good.
He just does it all. But he's not real tall. But we'll see. Fam, we got to roll.
Right.
I'll see you Monday night after the combine. All right.
Oh, for sure, man.
All right.
Anytime, man. We're here.
All right.
All right, Ronbo. Send us out.
And good night to Mylene. Good night, guys.
All right, Ronbo.
All right. See you later.
Let me get that shout out.
Hey, Niner! Wait a minute. Carlos, don't make me act silly, man.
Ronbo, good night.
Good night, guys. Well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Hey, so you know what? I already know what you're gonna say. Let me do my imitation of Big Show. Ronbo, there's no need to pick up guys like Taylor Gabriel. There's guys in the draft that are faster than him. And I can tell you right now, we're not keeping Emmanuel Sanders. Show! Am I right? Don't tell me you missed my Big Show invitation. Big Show! Josh called the Big Slow. Big Show, I guess I'm going to come back to you. What is that screaming in the background?
Hey.
Where? Oh, who is this? I'm not sure what's going on. Are we bringing it? Is it still Show? Hey, Show. Big Show. Big Show. All right. Big Show may have some kind of thing going on there, connection or something. All right. Let me go. Hey, let me go ahead and holla Rod in. That's for the Rod. Hey, Rod.
Finally, the Rod has come back to Ronbo Live. What's up, Ronbo?
Rod, man, I was getting crazy. I saw Taylor Gabriel available, and I said, I know it's going after Taylor Gabriel, but I'm not interested in losing Emmanuel Sanders, get Taylor Gabriel. I want a TG to come on in and add that speed element that I don't think we're going to get from Marquise Goodwin, because I think Marquise Goodwin is on his way back to Texas and training for the Olympics. But Rod, am I going crazy here? What is it? Am I wrong on wanting Taylor Gabriel?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I think. Rod's gonna throw caution to the wind and say, I think a lot of y'all are wrong about the Emmanuel Sanders thing. The only reason I say that is because of this. y'all just think with me for a second now.
Okay.
Emmanuel Sanders has already done his job, whether you know it or not. His job was to come to the 49er depth chart and command the number one spot. Doing that, he also helped with the development of Deebo Samuel, who I think toward the end of the season through the playoffs has actually graduated to the number one on the depth chart himself now.
Amen. I think so.
To be honest, we really don't need Emmanuel at this point. I hate to say it, y'all. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Listen to me now. We're gonna go through process of elimination. Let's look at all the receivers that we have right now that are available to play. I'm not talking about Marquise. I'm not talking about Trent. I'm not talking about Richard
You ain't
James.
talking about Dante.
Okay. Now, I got to throw his name in there, but let me start with the number one. Number one, like I said, Deebo. Deebo is ready to go to be the number one guy from the start of training camp. Now, this is the one thing Jimmy Garoppolo has never had. He's never had a number one guy that he's already had a rapport with in the offseason and started the season off with him. You remember? Pierre Garçon was gone or he was hurt. Then we had Marquise Goodwin, who had some good play with him in the beginning, but he couldn't stay healthy. But Deebo is that number one we already got settled. Dante Pettis, my hope would be is that the fact that he was around the atmosphere of the guys going to the Super Bowl, that some of that shit rubbed off on him. Even the presence of Emmanuel Sanders, you have to think it rubbed off on him some.
Yeah.
Okay?
I hope so.
So the jury is still out on him, but I think at this point right now, we need to give him one more chance to show that he could either be a solid number two and live up to his potential, or either possibly be the number three guy. Which the number three guy right now I have ranked would be Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne has
changed,
steadily improved season by season.
People can't believe it. A lot of people hated him in the first place. They refuse to believe it. I know.
So that's three receivers right there. We got Deebo, we got a possible Pettis, and we got Kendrick Bourne, who all have roles that they are playing on a good basis right now. Now the last one is going to be Jalen Hurd. Jalen Hurd, let me tell you guys, hear me when I say, I got a lot of hope for this guy just like y'all do. But let's not do what we did to Dante Pettis with this guy and put too much pressure on him and expect for him to be ready because we ready for him to be ready. He has to be developed.
The truth has been told. Hey, man.
So with that being said, the last thing I'm going to say about the receiver is this. Yeah, I hear what y'all saying about A.J. Green, but we need another receiver that we don't already have. We need a prototype person who can stretch the field and do things in the short field. A.J. Green, I hear what y'all saying about his injuries and things, but look, the man has played with the Cincinnati Bengals his entire career.
Anybody get hurt playing with the Bengals.
Cast. Right, so when the defenses play against him, he is the guy that they're all focused on. So of course he's gonna be the one that take most of the abuse. But bring him to San Francisco and let's see if they just want to just concentrate on A.J. Green. No. We can move him around.
Yeah.
So you guys have always said we need us a Julio. I say A.J. Green with a 2 to maybe 3 year contract can be our Julio.
How much? Okay, I figure you've done the money on this. Can you afford A.J. Green?
Well, am I correct or am I incorrect? If we cut Marquise Goodwin, if we cut Jimmy Ward, and my bad, if we don't resign Jimmy Ward, or I think Coleman. To my understanding, there's like 3 different players that we can actually save $20 million on.
I can get. You know what? I can get with you on TC because the fact of the matter is, we got too many running backs, and TC's taking turns away from Mostert that I wish Mostert had. Okay, but go ahead.
And I mean, that's just to say that.
Where's Triz?
I think we can negotiate with the A.J. Green. I mean, fellas, look, everybody got their own speculation, but people that know the NFL know that players at A.J. Green's age are trying to find a team that he can contend with. I think we can sign him, and he can go for not going for the highest salary that he could possibly get just to get him a ring.
What
you think about that, Ronbo?
Oh, yeah. You know what? We're out of time. Let's bring this up next. Bring it up Monday, will you? The A.J. Green argument is a good one. So we'll notice.
And I'm gonna say this right here before I go, Rondo. Before I go, I'm gonna tell you what the next time we talk about what I'm gonna start with. What I think we really need to do that ain't nobody addressed yet.
What?
We need to get Jimmy Garoppolo another tight end. Remember the year Gronk had Aaron Hernandez on the other side?
I know.
Let's save it for the next talk, dog.
Yeah. I wonder who's out. All right, fam. I'll look for you Monday night. Don't stay on this. Put a bookmark on that so we get back to it. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's about to tell you who we are.
I know.
Tell him, Ronbo.
It's that Bama word. Big Rod.
Hey, the revenge tour going on now. Next Super Bowl. See y'all next time, baby.
All right, Rod.
Hit the Ronbo.
All right, fam. Have a good night. I see 49 Lakers just joined the party. He said, hey, what's up? I'm not a fam. And he says, and we can be really vicious sometimes, especially when we got players we want to get rid of. Goodwill and Pet Boy got to go. See, but one thing we need to be cognizant of, fam, is this. Dante Pettis is not somebody who is just going to go. It's not going to matter. He's on a rookie contract, and you can't really cut him. You can, but some of the teams say, oh, good, okay, bye-bye, we'll take him, because he's got a rookie contract. So you bring him in, and maybe you try him out in another system, a lot like maybe Taylor Gabriel, who does well with Shanahan, but does okay with others, except for the Chicago Bears. You have a good year with him. But, yeah, that's not – we still have to take a cap hit, my understanding on that. You don't get rid of the money. You get rid of the player. And then Dante calls back and tells the 49ers, remember one thing, guys. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I'm out. Bang. Hey, well, it's a big show. It's a big show on the night. Hey, show, are you available? Because last time I did that,
I am available now. Sorry about that.
And did you hear me do my imitation of what you're going to tell me?
I did hear your imitation, but you were.
Was I right?
I'm actually in agreement with you on Taylor Gabriel.
Oh, you are? I'm shocked.
Yes.
All right.
Only because he knows Kyle Shanahan's offense, and he won't have to take a year or two to pick up the playbook. And Kyle picked him. They signed him in Cleveland, and Kyle used him really well there. And Kyle went on to Atlanta, and he dragged him over to Atlanta with him, where he was very productive with him there as well. And I have a feeling now that he is available that he's going to drag him over here to San Francisco and replace Marquise Goodwin with him.
Because he likes to bring his ex-guys over. I mean, how many guys we got from Atlanta? We got Garland.
Garland and Coleman.
TC. Isn't there another one? That's it.
And
Toloilo.
I think that's about it.
Toilolo's out of here from what I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, they're both free agents, Toilolo and Dwelly. And I'm in agreement with Rod as far as the tight end goes. Kittle needs a running mate and somebody to relieve him, like Gronk had with Aaron Hernandez. You know what I mean? That double tight end set right there.
And he used to love to run.
Is exactly the.
He used to love to run. He had another tight end. He had two guys. He had Toilolo. Toilolo was actually good in Atlanta. And who was opposite at the tight end?
It was Austin Hooper and I forget who else. Honestly, I don't remember.
Was there 1 year. I don't know about the next.
And Austin and believe it or not, Austin Hooper's a free agent this year, but I don't think they're going to go after him.
They'll sign him.
As A-Rod, I mean that is why it is imperative for us to trade down out of that 31st spot because we need more draft cap. We lack draft capital this year, and unfortunately, the best player available at 31 is not going to help us out anywhere. I think the more assets we get out of the draft this year, the better because we find gems in the later rounds anyways. Like, for example, Kittle. You know what I mean? We don't just need help in our secondary. That was not our biggest issue in the 2019 season. We were fine in the beginning of the season, and all of a sudden people think that we have an issue there, we can have one more year with these guys we have now back there in the secondary. And if Phil brought this up the other night, the biggest issue we had was catching passes. That was our even with
the beginning of the season.
Emmanuel
that was just
Sanders
awful.
in the mix. It was awful. It was horrible. You know what I mean? That was our biggest issue there. Our run game made up for it. Our run game made up for it, though.
All those drops. People are always giving Jimmy G a lot of grief. If those catches that should have been made, Jimmy G would have been well over 4,000 yards. I forgot about the beginning of the season.
If we had an AJ Green type of receiver there, then that wouldn't have been an issue. But we don't have one, and Matt Miyoko brought this up in an article a couple of days ago. 49ers need to add more receivers, plural, not singular, receivers surrounding Deebo Samuel.
But
you know what I mean? I unfortunately
you got to get rid of people. You know what? Dante Pettis.
Well, we all know
Richie
Marquise
James.
Goodwin and Dante Pettis. We all know Marquise Goodwin and Dante Pettis are so far in Kyle Shanahan's doghouse. There's no light at the end of the tunnel for them coming out of it. They're done.
And show one report, and I think Matt Miyoko said the same thing. The 49ers are willing to take one more look at Dante Pettis. I don't know what that sentence means. What do you mean, to take one more look? Are you going to cut him?
Kyle Shanahan said he's given so many chances and opportunities for Dante. He never took them. And you either have it as a player or you don't. And Dante Pettis does not have it. There's no psych that can fix that. I've told this before. There's no psych that can fix that. There's no exercise or workouts that can fix that.
That's true.
He just doesn't have it. Bottom line, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have dog in him. He doesn't play well. He doesn't,
right.
You know.
It's a mental thing, and he doesn't have that mental edge. You're right. It's not going to come along.
He's more fit for baseball than he is football.
He is, or volleyball or something, but he's not going to play football. That's not his game.
There you go.
Yeah, so I agree.
That was our biggest issue with the guys. Our secondary is fine. We could go one more year with these guys. Our front line makes up for our secondary. You know, like, we don't need to draft a corner or safety in the first round. We need that number one, that true. Deebo's almost there. He's not quite there yet, though. Emmanuel Sanders was brought on to stop the bleeding from us. Emmanuel Sanders was brought on to stop. He's going to excel, exactly. Emmanuel Sanders was brought on for us to stop the bleeding at dropping passes. That's the bottom line. And unfortunately for Emmanuel Sanders, he doesn't have age on his side, and he doesn't have production left on his side either. And if you're not a Larry Fitzgerald or an Adrian Peterson, and you're a 34-year-old NFL player on the receiving side, then most teams cut your ass. That's the bottom line.
See, I knew Show would go along that line somewhere. Show is not going to coat it with cream and throw sugar on it. He's going to go right to the chase.
I don't cover it with cream. I'm point blank. I don't beat around the bush. I say what I feel, and I don't care. Like, that's the NFL for you. If you're 34 years old,
you'd be a great front office guy, Show.
You
don't attach any emotions to what you're doing with the football team.
No, you can't do that, because you can't do that. How else are you supposed to be successful? You know, and you can't bring back the same guys that you want to bring back. Unfortunately, some players are going to walk. Yeah, historically, history is not on our side. You can't go back to the Super Bowl with the same group of guys.
With the same guys.
That almost
Belichick already proved that. Well, hey, so we got to go. One last thing. I do want to mention we lost draft capital, high-end draft capital, as far as on the list for Emmanuel Sanders.
You even brought it up on your Twitter the other day that historically the 49ers have had bad luck at 31 anyways. Like, none of our players that we picked that at 31 have worked out for us.
Yeah. Wide receiver.
Where do we pick? The safety out of LSU that we got last time. I forgot his name. He's with the Panthers now. He's with the Panthers now.
I know you're talking about. I can't think of him right now. But
Eric Reed.
Eric
Reed. There you go.
Yeah. See, but that wasn't at 31.
No, that wasn't at 31. But
late round pick. But that's what happens. So when you win and you get these picks.
Secondary is not our issue right now. It's pass protection for Jimmy Garoppolo, not allowing a time for him to make passes, and catching the ball is our biggest issue.
There you go.
And we need a running mate for George Kittle to take the relief off of him.
There you go. And they're probably looking at some of the same things.
Catching balls is our biggest issue, guys. Okay. Bottom line.
All right, Joe. Good stuff as per usual.
Y'all have a good night.
It's that big show time of year.
Shout out to the team family. Get your popcorn ready. All right, love you all. Take care. Stay safe.
Right, show. Appreciate you. Hey, and that's Maurice.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Maurice, man, I'm all pumped up because I've seen Taylor Gabriel get let loose by the Cubs. Or Cubs. I keep calling Chicago. Anyway, there's going to be other players that are going to be shocking. I feel between now all the way up until free agency period, you're going to hear these names that
right.
Blah, blah, what's his
up,
name go? What's his name go? Oh! You'll be doing that a lot between now and free agency period. So,
yeah,
but what do you think about Taylor Gabriel? And anything else you want to mention?
The only way, you know what I'm saying, about Kyle Shanahan or, you know, anybody on the team, if Gabriel can't come and, you know, with the team we got, and how people going to attack our offense because they know what we do and know what we like to do.
Yes.
Everything is a chess match now. You know, you can't just pick a player if you can't come and pose the wheel. You know what I'm saying? When we get ready to play.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever we do, we talk about what this player we want for, pick him up in the off season. He got to be a chess piece. He got to be a knight. Can't be just no pawn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got to be where he's so good at that position. You got to respect it.
Good point. Very good point.
You know what I'm saying? We can't play with it like teams ain't gonna come after us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It just, you know, we get out that category where we were sorry for all them years and they see how jumped from being 4-12 to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Because you're right. Because you know what? DC's right now, even as we're speaking, are designing defensive plays that are going to thwart Kyle Shanahan. But that's why Kyle changes up things every year, though. So it ain't going to help him none. But still, them working that hard at it, it means it's going to be a little more difficult, though. You're right.
Right. So when you pick a player or get, you know, some special on the offensive side, my theory is that we like to run the ball. You know, if you're going to get somebody out of 31 picks, try to get the best offensive line at that position.
You're the best player, yeah.
That
you
could
want the
be
BPA.
your best. Right, because, you know what I'm saying, the game is won at the line first.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's how come we did so well last year.
If we start at the line, you know what I'm saying, that's why we're good on defensive side, because we on the line.
This best defense in the
Fall
NFL.
back behind the line. Right.
I don't know about the Patriots. They were one-dimensional. We played the whole field.
Right. If we keep the strategy like that, now they got to keep guessing. You know what I'm saying? You know how we gonna move on the board. But if you just go pick up somebody and then they don't serve a purpose, it's kind of gonna throw the whole offset off. Then everybody gonna be like, well, you ain't doing your job. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody ain't good enough yet.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep. If you can't contribute something right away, you're right. You don't bring the same team back to the Super Bowl. You don't bring the same team back to a championship run either. So you know you're right. Maurice, I got to tell you though, I do have faith in John Shanahan, John Lynch, and Kyle Shanahan though. These guys are very shrewd, and the guys working with them, Peters and those other guys. These guys are clever. Those draft picks they came up with last year just was stupid good. I can't even. Oh my goodness, people are still crying about the kicker, but I'm sorry, I'll take him. It's better than Pinion.
Yeah, exactly. Right. See, just like you said, even at that position. You see what I'm saying? When we get in a situation, we might play a tough team. You need somebody that can punt that ball real good to put our defense so we can control the game. You need somebody that boot, they kick, and then have us, you know, in a bad situation.
And Bradley shanked the ball once every game. Every game, at least one worst time of the game. Shank. Oh, Bradley, look at that field position you gave him. Let me not relive those moments. Anyway,
I'm telling you, man,
I got faith in him.
I already know. I can see it coming, you know what I'm saying, Ron, because, you know, I done seen too many off season like where when the team is real good and people learn how to attack those teams, you know what I'm saying, and they learn the skill set of certain players. But if you know my skill set, but can you beat me though? That's gonna be the name of the game, you know what I'm saying?
Because, Maurice, people can draft whoever they want to. Unless it's a quarterback that runs like Lamar Jackson, the 49ers frontline defense they're going to get him. They're going to get him.
Right? Exactly.
He's doomed, I'm telling you. If I was a quarterback, I wouldn't even play that day. I said, listen, if we're playing against the 49ers, Coach, I need a bonus check now. Because, you know what I'm saying?
That's
so
right. Yeah,
this is like
extraordinary thing. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get away from that D-line. You know what I'm saying?
And if D Ford, if he would just give me 10 healthy games, somebody's gonna get hurt real bad next year.
And then you know what? Ronbo, if you got D Ford playing, at a high level in the whole line, let's say Ward do leave, you know what I'm saying, and you just pick up the guy that we had last year, he get in the defense, at least he knows something about it.
Tavares.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he new on the scene trying to learn what's going on. He know how to hit. He's been playing football, you know what I'm saying, since part one.
Yeah.
But at least he know the scheme, you know what I'm saying?
Helps.
Now he can get his mind retooled on what he needs to do and what position he needs to be at. You know what I'm saying? But instead of somebody, new kid coming in, got to prove himself among me.
Chemistry. Yeah, I know. It's a problem. Maurice. Hey, Maurice, good stuff, man. I'm going to see you Monday after the combine. Let's get together, all right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, fam. And I wish you a good night. All right. It's Maurice with all kind of good points.
I appreciate it, Ronbo, man. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks,
I appreciate
man.
the platform,
My pleasure.
man.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Maurice. Night. And I see Liam Mooney. Liam, thank you for that contribution. He says we were 14th in the NFL with 19 drop passes. That won't do. In 29, Miami worst with 28 drops. Atlanta best with 7 drops. See I don't understand how come the Falcons lost so much. We could be better, but not as bad as others. Yeah, so I was looking to improve. And you know what, Liam? It would have been worse than that. Emmanuel Sanders didn't come. We'd have been in competition with that 28 drops easily. You figure we got 19? We'd have killed that 28. And everybody wants to pick on Jimmy G. He's out there working with guys who are dropping the ball. Well, Jimmy G ain't no good quarterback. Blah, 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 blah. See, that's and he almost passed for 4,000 yards, but he can't get no love. I've defended him every chance I get. People get mad. Boy, I don't care. I'll tell you the heartbeat. Give me a break with Jimmy G. You wait till next season, all right? And especially if the receivers trying to start catching the ball. Hey, Bill, come on in, you and Shania.
Hey, how's it going, Ronbo?
Bill, man, I'm telling you, man, I got all crazy because I seen Taylor Gabriel available, and then after having these conversations, I realized I need to temper my expectation. I don't know that Taylor Gabriel's going to come. I don't know how much money he wants. Why did he leave Chicago? Did they ask him to restructure his deal? He says, listen, guys, I'm Taylor Gabriel. I don't cut deals, all right? You either pay me or not, or I'm out of here. All right, well, you're out of here. All right, well, bye. And that might have been the end of that. So if he's got an attitude going on, I guess I can get over that. And I'm not getting rid of the wrong people to bring in Taylor Gabriel. But, Bill, we need a speedy guy that's going to make defenses crazy. What do you think?
We got him.
Pardon me? We
got him. He's healthy.
Who is
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, but Jalen doesn't have that kind of speed. Jalen's a beast that hurts people when they try to stop him. I like that. I want that. I'm not getting rid of that. I just want to add somebody to help him out. Give me some more about Jalen Hurts, though. What do you mean?
I watched this thing. I can't remember the name of the channel, but it said that he's fully healthy now.
Yeah, no, I heard about that.
We should have him next season.
Yeah, he's ready to go for OTAs for sure. Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to do it. I'm kind of looking out for it. I've heard rumors, a lot of things out there. I haven't confirmed it yet, so it's not confirmed. But hopefully it happens. I would like to see Nick Bosa's brother, Joey.
That's what I always like about Bill. He always brings these kind of things up.
Have you seen those two play together?
I don't need to see it. I know they'd be just. You know what? I think the commission would step in if we made that deal. I have a feeling the NFL would get involved. All right, Niners, we're gonna have to negate this deal. What? Yeah, we'd like to see a level playing field across the league. If you guys get Nick on one side and Joey on the other side, it's pretty much a done deal before the game even starts. Let's not. No, we're not going to.
Well, let's talk about what he's done. I mean, he can't really do anything. I mean, from what I'm hearing, he's under investigation anyways. He may not be commissioner very long, so.
Still wonder about those referees and their no calls. And were they instructed not to call anything when the 49ers are getting beat up on? Just let it go?
There's a lot of escape routes they're trying to do. One says it was a legitimate play call, it was a fair game. And the other one is, I'm hearing rumors that he's old, and you got to excuse him because he might be old and blind. Well, if you're old and blind, you don't belong
on the field.
You should be driving.
Hey, Bill, don't let me find out. Oh no, don't tell me this, Bill. I got to look. You know what? If you're gonna put that kind of if he can't see, you can put him in the Super Bowl. Oh.
I mean, a bunch of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of excuses that the people in Texas are trying to give excuses out for, trying to justify the Chiefs win. It is baloney, but that's fine. It's a done deal. I mean, I'll forget it. But let's go ahead. If we could get Joey, let's do Joey. I'm down for it because I've seen those two play. And you know what? It is destructive. I mean, what are you going to do, flag one and the other? Okay, well, let's take a look. They need to do replays on penalties. That's what needs to be done.
That's my feeling.
If they're called, you can replay it. If they're not called, you should be able to throw a replay on it. Challenge.
Yeah. The game would take an extra hour. But you know what? If it's a Super Bowl, let it take an extra hour, damn it. We want the real Super Bowl winner here. Not some guys, some team that got helped out. Man.
I mean, that would have determined, and they're like, well, it would have made much of a difference. I said, I'm thinking baloney. I mean, I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you, if Nick would have got to Mahomes, he would have made him fumble. It would have been
or throw an interception like he did twice.
No, he would have fumbled. He would have held on to the ball too long. Yeah. I know what would have happened. And I guarantee you we would have got a touchdown. And I guarantee you we would have came out as Super Bowl champs. The referee's going to have that. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and do challenges. You say it's a legitimate game? Put the challenges in. Let's see how you go. Because I'm going to tell you what. XFL is going to change the way the NFL is played. And I love it.
That helmet to helmet would have gave us a 15-yard penalty. Would have moved us, would have helped the sticks. And no telling we could have scored on that. That penalty, offsides penalty that made us punt, and we gave it to the ball. In that next series, they went downfield to Tyreek Hill, and they got that touch. You know what, Bill? Let's not go there. I've been feeling good today. I read the news. I saw Taylor Gabriel. I brought something up and posted it up, and I got it out of my system today. I shouldn't have. But you know what? The Super Bowl is something that it can ruin a weekend. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead.
Ruined a year, Ronbo. What you talking about?
Okay. Hey, Bill, let me see a Monday night after the combine. See what's up.
Give Ronbo a shout out. Shania's recuperating. She's hanging in there from the unfortunate event that happened.
Shania. Yeah, you ready for that? Yeah, I'm ready for it. Wait, let me get a sip of joy juice. Niners! Guys, hey, have a nice
night.
One
thing I'm going to say before I get off, Ronbo, redemption is going to be beautiful and very sweet.
You know it.
I think we're going to take it this coming year. I have good faith, good hopes. It's going to happen, my brother. Hang in there. Yeah. And you know what? When you coming back on?
Monday night. I'll wait till Monday night because I'm waiting I need news to develop, and we got to give it a couple of days. But yeah, Monday night.
I'm doing research as well. You don't hear from me a while, so I'm doing research. I'm looking at things, but I got good hopes. And you know what? Hang in there. Have a good night, Rumba.
You too. Night, Shania. You guys have a great night. All right. Man. Yeah, see, you know what I'm saying, TC? Some of those things would have been called, Jimmy G's on his way out of bounds. Dude throws him up in the first row of seats. Ref didn't see it. That would have been 15 yards. You see how close we were to the goal line when that happened? Okay, ref. You didn't see it, huh? And even through all that, had Jimmy made that shot a little more perfect, or like somebody mentioned earlier, if Goodwin or anybody with that kind of speed is on the field, they catch up with that ball. Stop talking about the Super Bowl. It only upsets you. Okay. Anyway, fam, I'll see you Monday. We'll see the combine, see what's going on with that. And we get raw. Hey, fam, don't be that like. You know, I love you. See you then. I know. Bam. Revenge tour.